All right. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Doug Parker, and I am a national consultant. And we are about to get this party started. Yeah, we are going to get the party started. I'm going to talk to you about this great ambient energy opportunity, and I'm going to be talking to you, yes, you, right there in the screen. I'm going to be talking to you about what is going on in this great marketing company. So let me get over this slide real quick, and I want to ask you a question real quick. Now, I know it kind of sounds silly, okay, but how many people do you know that use electricity and natural gas? How many people do you know? Well, I'll tell you what, everybody you know uses electricity and natural gas. But guess what? Everybody you don't know, they're using electricity and natural gas also. So it's a very large amount of people. And I'm going to talk to you about it here in just a moment and let you know just how many people there are. Now, deregulation has opened the door to this opportunity. Now, it's a big word, deregulation. All it really means is competition. It makes it where people can compete for your business. And what that does is it drives down prices and it drives up service. In the past, you used to get what you get. You didn't throw a fit. If you didn't like it, you could use candles. Now you have a choice. If you don't like this customer service here, you can go to this company. And it really just, that's all the deregulation means, is it broke up the different parts of the business and made it where there was competition to give better prices and better service for our customers. Now, I told you a moment ago, I'm going to talk to you about how big this opportunity is and how many people there are that use electricity and natural gas. When you look at this screen, you're going to see 151 million potential customers, okay? 151 million customers. Now, if you're taking notes right now, what I want you to do is I want you to write down the number 20. That'll become relevant a little bit later, but just think 151 million people out there that are potential opportunities. Now, how much money is out there? 186 billion potential dollars. Now, if you look at this map, you're going to see where it's got the orange in Texas, which is where I'm at. You got the orange in California, orange all up in the Midwest and the Northeast. But also a little further north, we've got Alberta, Canada. Okay, that's not another state. That's not the 51st state in the Union. Okay, that's actually Alberta, Canada. It's a province. And then when you look over on the right-hand side, that's Japan. That's the whole country of Japan, excluding Okinawa. And those are where all of these customers are and all this revenue is generated. Now, when you look at $186 billion, sometimes I like to throw some stuff out to kind of help you wrap your head around it. 186 billion. Now, who knows how big a billion is, right? A billion would mean that, let's say that you made $1 million a year in any given business, $1 million a year. To make $1 billion, you'd have to do that for 1,000 years. So a billion is a million times 1,000. So if you made $1 million a year, 1,000 years, you'd have $1 billion. Okay, that's how big that number is. And there's 186 of those in this market. So some people say they want a slice of the pie. Hey, you know what? I just assume lick the knife to cut the pie. That thing is so big. So let's continue on and talk about just, how many people have already become our customer. Well, when you look at this chart, you see all the gray little people, and then you see the orange people. Now, the orange people, there's 3 of them on there. So that's the market share. It's about 3%. That's how many people know about ambient energy. The other 97, they don't know about it. Now, we've been around for about 14 years. And so if I came to you and I said, hey, are you open in a market where we're coming into a market, getting a business with me where there's only 97% of the market that's open? What about internationally? We have less than 1%. Over 99% of the market is open. So you might be asking yourself, hey, it's an established company. It's been around for 14 years. Am I too late to the party? And I'm here to tell you, yes, you right there, you are not too late to the party. I assure you there is a lot of that pie to be had. So how does deregulation work? Well, let me tell you. It's worked like it really kind of always has as far as the energy, but what deregulation does is it creates competition again. So the energy is still, it's generated at the same place at the power plants, and then it's pushed down the power lines or the delivery company, okay? And then there's the retailer. So it's 2 or 3 separate entities, depending on which market that you're in, but nothing changes for the customers other than they get the energy for cheaper. Now, here's the thing. I've been in this business now for almost 7 years. I've got over 8,000, almost, I think about 8,500 personal customers or customers in my organization, I should say. And I've never had one customer never ever call me the next morning and say, Doug, I got some bad ambient last night, okay? It doesn't happen, okay? It's the same energy down the same power lines, just at a cheaper price. Now, this is one of the comments that I really love. It's our mission statement, and it's to be the finest and most respected retail energy provider. And it used to say in Texas, okay? Then we expanded outside of Texas, and it said, in the U.S. or in the United States. Now it just says period. We want to be the finest and most respected, period. Full stop, end of story. No matter how you slice it, we want to be the finest and most respected. So this company was founded by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs in 2006, and we've got core values and integrity and honesty. And it's a relationship-driven business. It's relationship marketing, what we do here. Those gentlemen you see on the screen, that's Jerry Thompson Jr. and Chris Chambliss. They both had massive success before they came and formed Ambit in 2006. Chris was part of a company that was in deregulation of long distance. For some of the younger folks, you may not even know what that is, but you used to have to pay long distance on phone calls whenever you called across really town sometimes, or definitely across state lines. And that company got to $1 billion a year in revenue faster than any company in American history at the time. It was about 7.5 years. And Jerry has a steep background in tradition of just doing things the right way. You might have heard of a company called 7-Eleven. It's bigger than every McDonald's and Starbucks put together, okay? His grandfather was a founder of that right here in Oak Cliff, Texas. And Jerry was raised up with that, went out, formed his own company in fiber optics, and took it to multiple millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And then he and Chris got together in 2006. And when they got together, they took Ambit with our team all the way to the top, okay? All the way to the top, faster even than the other company that Chris had been associated with. Got to $1 billion a year in revenue in a little over 6 years. Now, Jerry has always said, never sacrifice integrity for growth. And really what he's trying to say is, yes, we want to be big. Yes, we want to, grow fast and all those things, but not sacrificing our integrity. See, the relationship with his family here in the Dallas area and 7-Eleven worldwide, he never wanted to do anything that would tarnish his family name. And so through this growth, we've got great customer service. You see those awards there, the J.D. Power and Associates. I used to think those were only for cars, but guess what? They actually do those awards for customer service, okay? So we've gotten many of those in multiple different markets. Over on the right-hand side of the screen, the Direct Selling News is a publication where it comes out every single year and talks about the top 100 companies in the nation. Now, I got to give us a little kudos here, a little pat ourselves on the back. It was just announced last week that we were number 10. For the first time, we cracked the top 10 in the world out of every company in direct sales, competing against companies that are in hundreds of countries and have been around from 50 to 100 years. Now, I told you a little bit earlier, we were founded in 2006, so we're only a 14-year-old company, okay? So it really is quite an accomplishment to have gotten to that level so quickly and to have maintained that. And then the logo on the left, that's my favorite one. That's the Inc. 500. See, because my wife and I, we founded a company back in 97, and we were actually on that list 3 times as well. Now, the exciting thing is when Ambit was the #1 fastest growing privately held company in America, my wife and I were actually in DC at the Gaylord National watching Jerry receive the award at the Black Tie event for being the fastest growing privately held company in America. And that is one heck of an accomplishment. The only company in direct sales to ever be #1. And we were on that list for many, 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 many years in a row, but #1 back in 2010. Now, some very exciting things happened back at the end of last year. There's a company called Vistra. Now, this company it's a tradition based upon excellence and a vision based upon the future, and that's how they come up with their name for Vistra, the vision and tradition. But we made a merger with them. Now, what that did for us was gave us supreme stability. We have a channel that brings great customers to the table, and they have a lot of things that's different than what we had. So they're a publicly traded company, provide residential, commercial, and generation. And the generation is the big thing. They're called gentailers. So they generate electricity and they retail electricity. And so #1 in North America in generating electricity, okay? Well, that's great for us because it helps to kind of smooth out some of the issues with the peaks and valleys in the energy business because they're actually generating it. And then we kind of help smooth it out for them because we bring a lot of customers to the table so they can supply energy to their own customers. It was a marriage made in heaven. It was almost like an arranged marriage. It was so great to hear that go down at Vistra. I mean, at Ambition when Vistra came and it kind of shared what their vision was going to be with Ambit. And then the next little bubble over there, it shows a $13 billion market capitalization. 13 billion. Okay, we talked about how big a billion is, and of course this is 13 of those. So these guys really have deep pockets and can really sustain some of the things that go on when stuff gets crazy. Now, the reason why you're tuning in tonight is for this screen right here. What can Ambit do for you? Yes, you right there, for you and your customers. Well, we've got very competitive rates, and guess what, everybody? They're getting more and more competitive. We've got a special call coming up here in a couple of days. We're going to talk more about that. We've got award-winning service and support. We've already talked about that. And green energy for those that are a little bit more environmentally conscious. That's definitely an option for us. And solar in select states. And it seems like every single time we have one of our national conferences, and we have twice a year, it seems like they're announcing one or two more markets every single time we go one of those. So I can't wait to see whenever that map we looked at that was kind of orange and a little bit of orange and a lot of gray, where Ambit just gets its paintbrush out and starts painting every single state on there. I can't wait till something like that happens. Now, this particular slide right here, I'm going to tell you what. This is one that makes me so unbelievably happy. It's the free energy slide. Now, I want to talk to you about this and how this works. I've personally had free electricity for about 6.5 years. And you cannot beat free cents a kilowatt. Now, I didn't say free. I said free, F-R-E-E, free cents per kilowatt. And the way it works is you go out and you get 15 personal customers that come on you. Maybe it's your neighbor on the left, your neighbor on the right, your mom, your cousin, a handful of other people, but a total of 15. And each month when they pay their bill, you get a credit on your bill that's the average of what they spend. And if they spend a little more than you, your bill can be for free. If it's a situation where you spend a little more than them, you just pay the difference. And of course, you've got your supply charges, but there is nothing more exciting for me than when I get an electric bill and I have zero for Ambit charges. It is a phenomenal feeling. And like I said, I've had that for about 6.5 years. I love it whenever I get my free energy bill. Now, I'm wrapping up my part of the presentation, but I'm going to bring someone up that is absolutely a superstar in this business. And she hasn't been here for a long time. I mean, she's only been in the business for a couple of years, but she has absolutely just knocked it out of the park. So what I want to do is bring on someone that promoted fast track to regional consultant, promoted fast track to regional consultant, to senior consultant, promoted fast track to executive consultant. And normally that's like a 30-day, a 90-day, and then a 180-day cycle to be able to do that. She did all that in less than 1 year, okay? She's a 6-figure income earner. She's won a Pure Energy Award. But this is one of the really cool things about Miss Holly Martin. She's also won 3 5-star trips, and only 26 people get to go on those, okay? So she's been on 3 of them, and they're only every 6 months. So she's been in the business for like right at 2 years and has been on 3 of the 4, I think, that are even available. So knocked it out of the park and doing what she does. She helps people tremendously, has a great attitude. Please help me welcome Miss Holly Martin. Holly, how are you, ma'am?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I will go ahead and share my 3. Thank you so much, Doug, for that introduction. Let me share my screen here. All right, perfect. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be on here tonight. I am going to share what I saw. So it's been 2 years and like 2 months since I first started Ambit. And oh my gosh, the people you're going to meet tonight and the people on my team have definitely been a huge highlight. But I get to talk about the money, which when I found this, that's what I was looking for, another way to make a great income with a flexible schedule. And so I'll start with, we all make recommendations. And I know the ladies can agree with me even more on this as far as a cute pair of shoes, a great outfit. We're the first to tell our friends about it. The companies listed on this screen right here, they did not pay for advertising. And so you're looking at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We all say, hey, check out this YouTube video, or look what I posted on my Pinterest. And so we do the same thing in Ambit. We share it, but we get paid for doing that in Ambit. Every time I tell someone to go to a restaurant or something else, I don't get paid for it. And so one of the huge perks of this business as well is the low cost of entry. So it's $75 one time you're a consultant with Ambit Energy. After that, the website is $25 a month. And so with the 75 and the 25, it's $100 to start. And with that $25, you get what I call equivalent to like 3 secretaries. So if you know me, I don't like details. I'm not someone that likes all the little nitty-gritty numbers. The back office and what these secretaries essentially do on that website for you is track everything. And so you can do what you enjoy most in the business and not worrying about all the small details. So I've done other sales businesses and direct sales, and my entry fee was a lot more than $100. And I know those that have done traditional businesses, can say that, they've spent more tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars to start a business. And so here's how we make money in Ambit. And one of the perks that I really like is we get paid based on our efforts. And so I don't know if you've ever worked a job and the person next to you didn't work as hard as you, but you got paid the same. It's really discouraging, right? So through my undergrad, I waitressed. And so I was the only one that didn't smoke. Everybody took smoke breaks and I stayed inside rolling silverware and bussing tables. And I didn't get extra tips for that. And so I came into Ambit, and as Doug mentioned, I've been able to earn every 5-star trip since I've come in because I was willing to put in the effort, and do what it takes to be able to do that. So the effort in Ambit are these two things. It's just two simple things that we do. We gather customers and we help other people gather customers. That's the job description. And if you make it any more complicated than that, then you're doing yourself a disservice. So I have kept it really simple. And that has definitely been a key to promoting and to moving up in this company, because I just keep it really basic. And so how that works is you become a consultant. So this is you. And so you invested $100 to start your business. You gather 3 customers. So if you can become your own customer and then 2 others. So I put my own power bill in, my parents, and a friend's. Once I did that, my commission was $100. So if you remember, I mentioned it's $100 to start. You turn around and you do that, you get $100. And so I don't know if anybody loves Black Friday shopping. I'm really missing shopping right now. It sounds amazing to be able to go shopping, but if it's Black Friday, because all year long stores are in the negative, right? They're in the red. But that day after Thanksgiving, when we all go out and spend a bunch of money, it puts them in the black. So that's 11 months in the black, or in the red, excuse me. So what I love about this business is we go into the black. This can be done in a day, right? So you can join Ambit, gather 3 customers, and boom, you've made your investment back. Where it gets good is now you're a consultant, you have a friend, family member, acquaintance, they're looking to make extra income. And so you help them, you refer Ambit to them. They become a consultant. So they invest $100 in themselves as well. And it's just repeat. We help them get 3 customers. So now they've gathered 3 customers. They refer this Ambit service to those people. They earn $100. But where it gets really good is they get $100 and you get $100. And so you'll see the theme in this company is you only get paid when you help the person who comes in on your team get paid. So if I bring my friend in, my sister in, and I don't help her and show her how it works to get her customers, she doesn't get a check and I don't get a check. And so it's really set up where this whole thing is a win-win situation. And so promoting is the other great thing about this business. So that thing I just showed you is exactly what we do. We just keep doing it over and over. And when we do 5, 2, 6, so that's 5 personal customer points, 2 personal consultants, so 2 people that come in and join your team to do the business, and then 4 more. So it's just 6 total consultants on your team, you get your first raise. And that promotion is to what we call a regional consultant. And this is a 55% pay increase. And so now you're a regional consultant. You bring in a friend. They become an Ambit Energy consultant as well. They gather 3 customers. Instead of $100, you now get $155 for helping them do that. And where it gets even better is every person now that they bring in on their team, you get a $55 override. And so your new consultant is going to bring someone in on their team, and they're still going to get $100 because they referred, and the new person's going to get their $100. But like I mentioned, that 55 now is for you. And the best part is that pays down unlimited levels. And so it is in your best interest to help your new consultant promote, help them go out and gather customers as well, because everybody wins. And I don't know if anybody's ever got a pay raise before, but I've been self-employed my whole life, so I haven't never had a raise besides big ones like this. But I know 2% cost of living raise, right? 3% cost of living raise, never 55%. And so the raises get even bigger as you move up. And so I call this the microwave money, because when you're a regional consultant, you bring in a consultant this week and help them gather 3 customers. So once they gather those 3 customers, you get paid the following week. And so this is weekly pay. And so regional consultant was the first level. The next one is senior consultant. And so senior consultant, you can see it's $235 for a personal consultant when you bring them in and help them get 3 customers. The next level is executive consultant. This is where I had my eye on. When I started this business, I saw that and I thought, they're going to bring in 3 customers and they're going to get $315 when they help their new consultant bring in those 3, I'd much rather be sitting there, right, than sitting at regional where you're getting 155, which is still good money. But I love the breakdown of it's over $100 a customer to help someone get started. And then of course, when helping them build their team, you're getting the 215. And then national consultant, that's who I'm in between here. These awesome gentlemen, Doug and Chris, they're national consultants, right? And so there are less than 50 in the entire company. And as a national consultant, they get $340 when they bring someone in and help them start their team with 3 customers. So this was really appealing. I love the weekly checks. I love the direct deposits every Thursday. So this morning, I love waking up. That's pretty much the one day a week I check my bank account. And it's a beautiful thing. I have, in 2 years and 2 months, I've gotten a weekly direct deposit every single week without fail, because each week I've put in the effort, to share this business and to gather customers. And so this is all great, but I was looking for something, and what really caught my eye with this is more long-term income. So that's something that I build that will continue to pay me. And so I'll share, I'm a single mom. I have 3 daughters, and my oldest was freshman year this year. And I was thinking last year when I started, she was in 8th grade. And I'm thinking college is going to come soon, or maybe she's going to want to start a business, whatever I would love to be able to support. I feel like I want something I can work at and really invest my time and my energy in that's going to still continue to pay me, but also something that's flexible, that while anyone that has children know the activities and things are going to have that flexibility. And who'd have thought, right? We'd have a pandemic now. They're off school, of course. And so being a impromptu homeschool mom, now working mom, it's an amazing thing. And I feel really fortunate that I have that privilege to be able to be here to help them do that while being able to work my business. And so that's what this long-term income, this is what I'm working for, and what has now, just been a huge blessing in my life. So every month people pay their power bill, you get a % of it. And so I look at like auto ships. I don't know if anybody's ever done an auto ship. I'm the queen of auto ship. I've had, everything from oils to just everything, right? I'm come every month, health products, skincare. The thing about those is if I don't need new skincare, or if I am not using maybe something, I'm going to back it up, right? You can cancel your auto ship. You can postpone it. The auto ship in this business is the power bill. No one is ever going to, I'm not going to have my lights on or cancel their gas for the markets that we have natural gas in. It's not an option. And so I love that the auto ship is the power bill, because that every single month after month after month, people keep paying that. And the beautiful thing about it is I'm not introducing a new idea to them where they're going to now start spending money they weren't spending before, or have them decide to maybe start using a product or service they weren't using before. It's something that everyone already has and has to use. And so that's my favorite thing about going to friends, family, acquaintances, and helping them with this is I'm helping them with the bill they have to pay. And when they come in with me as a consultant, I'm helping them build income, lifetime residual income, true residual. And so this is how it breaks down. Now, I did not understand the compensation plan fully until I was a senior consultant. So I had come in, I built a team, I got some really nice checks. And then I kind of started understanding it all, but I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of it. So 20 customers is all that you're ever asked to bring in. Once you bring in 20 customers personally, you got your free energy, and it unlocks the 7-level pay. And so this chart shows that if you were to bring in 3 consultants and you help those 3 consultants get their 3 customers, and then taught each of them to bring in 3 customers. So now your 3 went to 9, your 9 customers went to 27. You see the list all the way down. You would go down to having 3,279 consultants, which is just under 10,000 customers. Every month, the payout on that, and how I won't get into too detailed. Band 1, we're going off the lowest band. So if you're an apartment, you would be a band 1. If you're a business or maybe a larger home, that's going to use more power, and you're going to get paid more on this. But the monthly pay for that would be $11,757 a month. And that's month after month after month. And so I absolutely love that you get paid on work you did in the past today. And so this, a huge goal of mine with my family, we had never been on a vacation. My kids had never seen the beach, and we had never gone on a family vacation. And when I started Ambit, I said, I really want to make money where it's not going to be a big thing at all to be able to go on a vacation, buy 4 plane tickets, book a resort. And fortunately, before the coronavirus and we were all at home, was able to do that. And, 1 weekly check paid for that. And the residual income that I built has been able to cover, all my expenses. And so this is something that, like I mentioned, effort equals your income. And so it can go, it's going to build as fast as the effort you put in. And so the other part of the residual income is the power of the quarters. As you see, regional consultant right here, you bring in a customer, you get 25 cents for that customer per month. So every month that customer pays their bill, you get a quarter on top of the other pay on the 7 levels and on top of the pay that you get when you bring the customer in. And then it keeps going up. So senior consultant, as you see, is 50 cents. Executive consultant, 75 cents. And then national consultant is $1. So you're looking at $1 a month on each customer that comes in. And so I am really excited to bring in our next guest, because he is someone that has been a mentor to me and that I've known now for a year and a half, and I've gotten to know really well in the last year. He leads by example. That's one of my favorite things about this gentleman. He has a jacket that represents earnings of over $10 million. He is a published author. He has earned pretty much all the awards that you can earn in Ambit. And so the money and the awards and all of that's fantastic, right? It's great. There's a lot. Like, I'm not even doing him justice with all the things. But beyond that, I feel like, what kind of person are you? And the thing about national consultant Chris Atkinson is he will help and do anything for anyone, no matter what team you're on. And so his heart is to get out there and help as many people change their lives. And he has a great story from where he started and how his life has changed. And so let me introduce to you national consultant Chris Atkinson.
Hey, Chris, there's no sound. Nope.
Hey, Chris, you're muted.
Hey, is that better? All right. Hey, listen, I'm glad you're here. I am so honored that someone thought enough of me just 13 and a half short years ago. Because if they wouldn't have, I just don't know where my life would be today. And not because we're all going through this stuff that we're going through, just because my life had never worked out. You know, I had 3 cars repossessed, 3 homes foreclosed on. I filed bankruptcy before in my life. Life just never had got to that point of panning out. But for some reason, one person thought enough of me to give me a call and give me a chance to get started. No one else ever has. I've never gotten a second phone call from a stranger, a classmate, anything. It was one call, one time. Thank God I said yes. Now, even though I said yes, I couldn't get started. I mean, I was dead broke, living at my mom and dad's house. And so it took me 24 hours to borrow the money to simply get started. And I did that because I was kind of told to, right? I was given an option. You guys like options? The options were I could borrow the money and get started in 24 hours. I would get worked with. They would give me help and help me to see success. Or my other option was to not be able to borrow it in 24 hours. And they told me they would not then accept any phone calls from me. So I knew I had to borrow it. I got started, and 3.5 years later, I'd already made my first $1 million. And we've never looked back. We've never stopped. We've never even slowed down. We just continue to help people. So let me ask you, did that make sense to you? Right? I mean, did it make sense to lower your monthly electric bill? Or would you rather continue to pay a higher rate? But did it make sense to you to add a new stream of income if it doesn't affect anything that you currently have going on? Or would you rather just stay with your current rate of pay? You see, I just wanted something different. And I don't know what it is that you're looking for. Would you like to just get out of debt? Because we can help you do that. Would you like to upgrade your car? Well, we can help you get on a path to where you could afford a different car. Maybe you have these dreams of traveling the world, and we'll all be able to do that soon. But how'd you like to not have to go into debt and still get to see the world? These are all the types of things that we're able to help people to achieve. And it's not because we're magic, we're not. It's because what we have is a service that you, everyone you know, and everyone you do not know is already using. You see, it took me 10 weeks to understand that compensation plan that Holly just shared with you. I mean, she makes it look simple, but it took me 10 weeks. But what I did understand the very instant that I saw this was that everyone was already using it. They were already set to pay the bill every month for the rest of their life. And I was smart enough to realize that whoever they were currently paying was making money. So why not me? And that was it. That's all I got. So what I did is I followed directions. I followed instructions. Every day I would wake up and I would call my sponsor and just ask him, what is it that I should do today? And whatever he said is what I did. Matter of fact, the first day he told me to go out and sponsor 3 consultants. He didn't tell me how. He just said that was your job description for the day. So I did it. And I just kept doing similar things day after day after day. You know, why is Ambit working? Well, it's simple. It's back to that same thing. We're a service everybody's already using. That's why we continue to grow. But one of the things is because of that compensation plan. You know, Holly just gave you a 55% raise for just helping a few people join your business. And then you continue to get another $80 raise, another $80 raise, just for doing simple things of helping people to join your organization who gather a small handful of customers. So our compensation plan makes us stand apart from everything out there. But really, it's the timing. Nobody knows about us. We're still a total secret, yet we've already set so many records. Fastest growing company, largest energy company through direct sales for 8 consecutive years. And we just busted into the top 10 of the Direct Selling Association amongst 3,000 companies worldwide. And matter of fact, the 9 ahead of us have been in business an average of 52 years. We're almost 14. We're barely in 16 states and a couple other countries. What happens as we continue to grow, continue to expand? These other companies ahead of us, they're going to have somebody on their tail real fast, and it's called Ambit Energy. And with you and your knowledge and your help, there's no telling how high we can go. Just always remember, options is what leads us to the next opportunity. And someone just offered you an option. Matter of fact, we offered it today to Andre and Pam. If you guys are watching, welcome. I can't wait to meet you in person. You know, and with today's world, we've only met over social media. But now you joined our business today, and we just gave you a new option to have an additional stream of income that's not going to interfere whatsoever with your truck driving business that you and your wife already do. But now you can help people save money on a bill every single month, and you get paid every time they pay that bill. How simple is that? Keeping it simple is something that we're very proud of. It's what's led this company all the way to the top, and we're going to continue to help you. What I really hope is that you get with the one that invited you. Get started right now. Don't hesitate. Hesitation is the #1 killer of finances known to man. It's a $100 decision. Now listen, if you were like me and you just don't have it, I get it. 6.5 million people filed for unemployment in the last couple of weeks. So I get that not everybody might have $100. But what if we made it where you never had to utter those words again? Would that be a life change for you? Would that be a positive new option in your life if you never had to worry about 100 little bitty old dollars again? That's what we can help you to accomplish. We're all here to help you. We're all here to work with you, guide you all along the path, and do everything that we possibly can to help you see success. So I truly do. I hope you get with the one that invited you. Take the next 5 minutes, get started, make that list so you know who you're going to call, and join us again Saturday at noon Central Time as we bring, this Saturday we're not going to have it as it's Easter weekend, but there are videos you can see 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that just constantly run for you. But we have so many new things planned for you. And I'm telling you, this Sunday night, you're going to get to hear from Scott Hudson. He's going to be on a conference call with us, and he's going to share some upcoming great new announcements live Sunday night. They're not waiting to the big events anymore. They're going to announce it Sunday night on the conference call. So make sure you get plugged into that. It's the national call. It's already being spread all over Facebook. So be prepared. The best is yet to come. And it's really only for one reason. It's not because of our past. The best is yet to come because of you. You're going to be the change. You're going to be the one that makes the difference. Our future is up to you. That's how vital and that's how important you are. God bless you. God bless your family. I hope you allow us to step in and help you and your family see total success starting right now at this very moment. God bless. Get with the one that invited you and join tonight. We'll see you guys real soon. Holly and Doug, thank you for your great presentation tonight. You really did. You made it sound so easy and so simple, I guess because it actually is. See you guys soon.